Have you ever felt chained to a role you never chose, like a gladiator in ancient Rome's arena, fighting for survival while hope flickers like a distant torch amid the roar of the crowd? That's the fierce pull of Episode 1 of Chained Soldier Season 2, Mado Seihei no Slave, released on January 8, 2026, thrusting us back into the chaotic Mado world where Yuki's slave powers ignite new battles after Season 1's revenge-fueled climax. I was gripped by its intense energy, tasting the metallic tang of blood in the air, and feeling the ground shake under monstrous threats. But what if power comes at the cost of your freedom, echoing those real-life struggles where sacrifice defines identity? You're there, chains rattling in the dim command room, breath catching as leaders clash like storms. Suspense builds like a gathering thunder. Will alliances hold, or will gods shatter them? Curiosity burns, watch, and feel the links tighten around your own unresolved fights. Episode 1, Group Leader Meeting, picks up after Season 1's defeat of the Unihorn, where Yuki and Kyuka's bond sealed a personal victory, much like a warrior claiming a hard-won trophy in epic tales like Gladiator. Now, the Demon Defense Force gathers for a tense assembly, facing whispers of greater enemies, the 8 Thunder Gods, who loom like shadows in a besieged castle. Key moments highlight squad dynamics and a sudden assault, transitioning the story from personal grudges to large-scale threats. You're in the fortified HQ, hearing the echo of urgent voices and smelling the ozone of impending power clashes. But why does the Supreme Commander radiate such overwhelming might? It ends on a high-stakes reveal, leaving you aching. What divine forces will test their limits next? It's not the meeting you're drawn to, it's the urge to witness the storm's fury yourself. Episode 1 advances the narrative by shifting from Season 1's intimate revenge arc to a broader conflict, introducing the Commander's Assembly where strategies against the 8 Thunder Gods unfold, much like council scenes in Game of Thrones where alliances teeter on the edge. Key revelations include the gods' capture of allies like Neon and Coco from Manga Chapter 46, with a plot twist in the Shookie's suspicious attack on HQ, leading to a cliffhanger that teases fractured trusts. Pacing balances talky meetings with explosive action, creating dramatic equilibrium like a bow drawn tight before release. Fans often confuse cloudy aspects like Ren Yamashiro's Lord of the Cosmos ability, why it seems unbeatable. From the manga by Takahiro, chapters 47 to 49, it's a gravity-manipulating power tied to her supreme status, allowing her to crush foes effortlessly, as shown in her solo defense against humanoids. The anime adapts this partially, omitting minor details for flow but clarifying her as a Sukuna-like antagonist per Reddit r/anime discussions. X posts, post 22, post 25, praise the episode start, with users noting improved animation over Season 1's uneven fights. Previous episodes built Yuki's growth. This transitions to team-wide stakes, with Reddit threads r/anime ID 1Q7UF2, highlighting confusion on Thunder Gods, their humanoid Shookie leaders from manga lore, not gods literally, but evolved threats plotting invasion. Really, it's about escalating from squad skirmishes to war. The assembly exposes power gaps, pulling you into the core of survival politics. Yuki deepens with psychological scars from his slave role, motivations for strength rooted in protecting Kyuka, consistent yet transformative as he trains harder, like a knight evolving in Arthurian legends. Kyuka's leadership hides wounds from past losses, her choices surprising in defying superiors, dialogue sharp with resolve. Rin emerges as a commanding force, her intensity masking isolation, surprising in her casual dominance that hints at hidden despair. Power's burden weighs heavy, manifesting in Yuki's chains as a metaphor for sacrifice. Does might demand loss of self, like atomic pioneers regretting their creations? Morality questions arise in alliances. Survival pushes hope against despair when gods threaten, echoing Lord of the Flies where order crumbles. It's in their struggles. A commander's glare tests loyalty. What price for unity in chaos? New lore on the 8 Thunder Gods enriches Mado, revealing them as evolved Shookie with divine powers, complicating the universe like adding mythical beasts to a battlefield, deepening invasions with strategic layers from manga chapters 50+. The script slices sharp and impactful, lines like tense warnings carrying foreshadowing weight, resonating like samurai vows in feudal epics that bind fates. No overdone cliches. Exchanges feel charged, as if you're eavesdropping in a war room amid rising voices. But what unspoken challenge hides in Ren's smirk? You're there, tension thick like smoke, curiosity sparking. Unravel the words that command destinies. Animation upgrades with fluid combat, art direction using stark reds and blues to symbolize clashing forces. Shadows engulf in assaults, movement explosive in powers, where beauty means the raw edge of survival, hitting like a visceral blow. Direction deploys overhead angles for assembly dominance, tight shots amplifying glares, editing rhythm surging in attacks to mirror anxiety, like Spielberg's. Intense builds and save Saving Private Ryan. The soundtrack pulses as a warrior's heartbeat, haunting motifs elevating clashes, crescendos searing in reveals. Silence before strikes roars louder, evoking battlefield hushes. Voice acting stands out. Akari Kito's Kyuka tremors with fierce soul. Maya Uchida's Rin booms with commanding intensity, embodying unyielding will. This episode stirred a fierce wonder in me. Scars from Power's isolation sparking amid hopeful bonds, like reliving a rebellion's fire in historical uprisings. Pivotal moments collide destinies, a breaking point shifting from talk to turmoil, reminiscent of 300's stand where odds defy warriors. It probes universal questions. Can chains forge freedom? You're in the fray, adrenaline surging as energies clash, sweat on your brow. But what thunder awaits? Suspense thunders on, echoing your own battles. Watch, and let it chain your curiosity to its core. Pacing might feel dialogue-heavy to some, complexity in lore opaque for newcomers. Yet, reverse this, its deliberate thematic build-up mirroring strategic weights, enriching tension. I appreciate the bolder action, but measured, minor cuts from manga could add depth, balanced by stellar visuals that captivate. Episode 1's strengths surge in upgraded animation, deep themes, and gripping setups, though lore density slightly weighs it. It succeeds brilliantly, blending narrative fire with artistic punch. But as Thunder God's whisper in Mado's winds, ask, can you break free from the pull, or will you submit, chaining your fate to the battles that define us all? Watch, it's the inevitable link in your own unchained journey.